While flight crews will abort takeoff for various reasons when necessary, it's probably generally unheard of for pilots to reject takeoff due to a window popping open. Although it sounds somewhat bizarre, it happened to an American Airlines flight on August 3rd. Let's take a look at what happened in today's video. Let's first set the scene. American Airlines flight AA297 is a daily scheduled non-stop service that connects Los Angeles with Honolulu. It has a scheduled departure time of 18:22 and a standard arrival time of 21:09. The airline usually deploys the Airbus A321neo for this route. On August 3rd, a young 4-year-old narrow-body registered November 402 Alpha November was operating the flight. All seemed routine until the aircraft began its takeoff roll after receiving clearance from air traffic control. The aircraft picked up speed but gradually slowed down after hitting about 70 knots. In a video shared by Airline Videos on X, formerly known as Twitter, the pilots could be heard telling the controller they were aborting takeoff. The air traffic controller acknowledged the cancelled takeoff from the crew and redirected the aircraft to take the next available left turn to clear the runway. And when the controller asked the flight crew for their reasons for rejecting takeoff, the pilot simply replied, "Window popped open." Perhaps the flight crew's replies were not heard correctly, or maybe the controller was slightly stunned at the unexpected and unusual response, but the flight crew was asked to state their reasons again, and it was further confirmed that a window did indeed pop open. The controller asked if they wished to stop the aircraft somewhere to rectify the issue, but it was unnecessary. If anything, it seemed the popped window issue was already solved before or even during the short left turn off the runway. And as if the rejected takeoff never happened in the first place, flight AA297 was immediately back in line for departure. While it wasn't specified exactly which window had popped open, it can be assumed that it was the cockpit window, since the issue was so quickly rectified and no stoppage was needed. This could not have happened if a passenger's window had popped open. It's also unclear how the cockpit window popped open in the first place, although there can be several reasons. Pilots often keep the cockpit window open during aircraft refueling to keep an available line of clear communication with the ground staff. Still, sometimes the windows might not have been closed tightly or adequately enough. It might have been forgotten about despite it being on the checklist. Otherwise, another possible reason could be a structural or pressurization failure within the aircraft. Since the latter reason seems more unlikely, it's more likely that the pilots failed to close the window tightly enough and it opened during the takeoff roll. Or it was forgotten and only noticed much later. That's our guess anyways. What do you think happened? Share your thoughts by leaving a comment. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles every week. If you're looking for the latest aviation news and insights, visit simpleflying.com.